What? I thought you couldn't make it.
Yeah, no, my parents decided to let me go.
Ryan! Guys, why the fuck is... Oh, dude, why is it pouring in the, like, middle of March? Thank you.
Because...
Make out under the umbrella?
God is weeping.
Is it gay to share an umbrella with another man?
No.
I don't think so.
If you want to make a nugget, you can give me $1.
Yes.
Alright, here we go. The Bulgarian legend. Here's reference.
It's
for
Bavarian, not Bulgarian. Something with a B legend.
Fuck. Holy fuck.
It's better than I remember, but it's still...
Cheese.
It's a monster.
It's the Belgian legend.
What'd you think about that?
Second time around, it's more of a comedy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting take. Boys, how long has it been raining? How long was that movie?
3 hours. Yeah, so it started raining at about 7. Yeah, so it started raining about 7, now it's 11.
This is a California miracle.
3 hours here.
Anyways, alright, final thoughts. Michael, what do you think?
That was really, really solid. Way higher quality than I expected, and it's a lot better than a lot of the more recent DC movies. And I look forward to seeing what they do with it, because do they make a Batman 2, or do they go on to make more villain movies? It was like a Batman movie in the style of the Joker movie.
I'd like to remind you the most recent DC movies are like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's what I said, a lot better.
What the fuck do you mean?
This
Alright.
movie was pretty good. I really fucking liked it. His suit's pretty dope, and I hope the dude at the end is who I think it is.
Because actually,
Alright, Abhi?
what was I going to say?
Can't believe you cut
Right.
the thoughts line.
Shut up. Okay, I thought it was really good. I don't think it's better than Dark Knight, because the thing that made Dark Knight really good was like the characters around Batman. But here, the characters around Batman were kind of okay. Oh, Batman was really good though this time, so that's kind of different. Hello. Goodbye.
Good movie, way too... decently too long. I think it is hilarious that somebody had to edit all of the sounds of his spandex stretching for his costume.
Yeah.
Not enough Riddler
Okay, time
suit.
for the professional review. So, cinematography was really good, but like the movie itself was not very good. Hot take.
Interesting.
I'd rate
Very
it-
in-depth,
I'd-
Ryan. Thank you very much.
I'd rate it a low B tier.
Thank you, you are now banned from all Thoughts videos from now on.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, the Batman Thoughts. My face is poorly lit. I'm gonna turn on a light. The Batman, you know, the 3-hour movie that came out in 2022, starring Robert Pattinson, is a very, very good Batman movie. It was a thorough joy to watch. It has all the bits that you would want from a Batman movie, and it is very long, but personally, I wasn't bored throughout any of it. How does it compare to the previous Batmans? I wouldn't know. Hey guys, please don't kill me. I have not seen the Christopher Nolan trilogy. But I have seen the Ben Affleck movies, and I think that this is a better Batman from almost every avenue. Except for the drip. I still like Ben Affleck's drip. This Batman does two very important things. It makes the city of Gotham feel alive through its corruption, through the villains, through all the family ties that Bruce Wayne has, and it gives Batman a character arc. Very important. These are, I know it's only two things, but these two things are done superbly, and that's why I think this movie is very, very good. On top of the story excellence, I think that this movie was shot brilliantly. It's probably one of the best looking superhero movies I've seen in a long time, with really dynamic camera angles and really interesting fight choreography. Despite the lighting in this movie being so incredibly dark, everything was communicated well, and as a viewer, I could follow along for the most part. The pacing, for the most part, is done well. I would say that the first bit felt a little bit slow, and there's the pacing for the most part was good. I would say that the first part was a little bit slow, but I think once we hit the 40 minutes to an hour mark, the movie just flew for me. I was engrossed. I was sitting on the edge of my seat for the rest of the movie. Overall, I'm giving The Batman a 89. The movie was just firing on every single cylinder. This is a movie that isn't just like, oh, it's fine, and like everything about it works. It's a movie that is so well honed, so well crafted, that it is the sum of its parts. It doesn't do anything the best that I've ever seen it done, but together it creates a film that is just coherent and brilliant and a really, really good time. Honestly, I have a hard time poking holes in this movie. It was just so well executed that, yeah, it deserves its placing up here. I think it did possibly the best it can with its script, and I'd be hard-pressed to find a better Batman movie than this. Note, I have not watched the Nolan movies. Once again, please do not crucify me. I will educate myself one day. Now, hey, people who haven't watched the movie for some reason, because the movie's been out for so long, and I just watched it delayed because I had stuff going on, and my friends had stuff going on, and that was the only day that we could meet together. In case you haven't watched the movie, click off. Anyways, spoiler talk. Here we go. You guys remember that shot where like Batman was fighting the corridors, and then he was only getting lit by the gunshots? What a brilliantly beautiful scene. Anyways, Batman. Yeah, all the detective work done in this movie was really great. It's just amazing seeing Batman solve problems, and especially just the big role that Commissioner Gordon had to play in this. I love Commissioner Gordon's character, and I love his relationship with Batman. And this is probably the best I've seen of that outside of the video games. Did Catwoman have to be in this movie? Not necessarily, but it was cool. The performance was good. The way she was included in the plot was good. She was a foil to Batman. She served as someone who lives in a similar world as Batman, who can criticize his viewpoints, and he could also criticize hers. It was that little internal war of whose way of vigilantism is better. And I think that was really cool. As I said earlier, this ticks off all of the boxes that I love to see from a Batman movie. First of all, Gotham City, it's corruption. Second of all, Batman as Bruce Wayne. I mean, contrary to popular belief, Batman did use the Bruce Wayne, clout in this movie. And a lot of people criticize this movie for being, he's just an edgy little boy. He isn't, Batman, the guy who's rich man in daylight and the bat at night. And to that, I'd say this is a young Batman. If you couldn't tell, I don't know what to tell you. Robert Pattinson did a great job of portraying that. And I think at a lot of moments, I saw in him a young man. Wait, he's a young man. I'm a young man. But seriously, Robert Pattinson's Batman is someone who is clearly still stunted in growth, recovering from his traumas. He's clearly mentally still going through some stuff. And that can be seen so clearly from Robert Pattinson's performance. He has very few lines in this, but as you see him walking around as Batman investigating a crime scene, you can tell what he's thinking. And that's just what's so amazing about this. He doesn't have to say anything. You can tell what he's thinking just through his acting. And that's why I think Robert Pattinson is an amazing actor, and why in this performance he absolutely killed it. And yes, Bruce Wayne will have to learn to use his Bruce Wayne personality more in the future, but this is a young Batman. He is very new to this. Right now, he has the Batman, and he doesn't want to think about real life and Bruce Wayne and all of that. The Riddler as the villain was amazing. It was just a genuine joy to follow this plot. Although truly at the beginning, it was just kind of a Batman movie of, hey, solving this mystery. But then later, as more was tagged on, it got significantly better. That's why I said at the beginning, it was a bit of a slow burn for me, but it was definitely worth the wait. And even, I say slow burn, but it wasn't really a slow burn. There were interesting things, but I guess there was just not as many developed conflicts going on at the same time. It was still a thoroughly enjoyable plot. How the Riddler is involved in taking down corruption, and the arc of the Batman in learning that vengeance maybe, isn't always the answer, and might inspire other people to use more dangerous means of vengeance is a very interesting topic. Talking about how Batman inspires supervillains is something that, happens a lot in the comics. And I think here, putting his moral value, what he believes he is in this symbol, to the test, and at the end, him walking out as a different person with a different worldview, that's great. I would say that at the beginning of the movie, when Batman walked out of the darkness and was investigating the crime scene, I was kind of with like the cops and the people there being like, look at this freak. What's going on with him? He must be crazy. And I think some of that was deliberate. I didn't see this Batman as like really truly cool until the car chase scene, which to me was a little bit hard to follow, but that might just be my little stupid brain. This Batman was, yeah, again, it's a new Batman. It's someone who is kind of a edgy, weirdo kid trying to cope. And that's what I love about him. Oh yeah, also the score is really good. The music has these just wonderfully scored eerie moments. It has this theme, this leitmotif that keeps on playing, and I recognize because I do that. But most of the time, the plot is so engrossing to me that the music just serves as a perfect piece of set dressing. And I have to say, yeah, it thoroughly works. The sound design, the music draws me into this world and just glues me to the screen and makes me not realize that I'm sitting in a theater. It's a thoroughly immersive movie. There's also that scene at the end where it was the Joker or Two-Face. I'm not sure. I think it's the Joker because I don't think they're going to do Two-Face without a Harvey Dent story. So that's cool, I guess. It was a little out of place, but I guess this does take place in a multi-series trilogy or universe, whatever it will be. So yeah, I'm excited to see Robert Pattinson don the cape again, and I'm really hyped to see where this character goes next. His character is far from complete. This is the infancy of this Batman. And I think that's really exciting because we get to see so many developments throughout his Bat life. And I am going to be strapped in for that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. By the way, 2 thoughts in a row. How about that? Next week, I'll make another video. It'll probably be on